actors access, which I had like 2,000, 3,000 people had applied.
We got 1,000 audition submissions.
Yeah, it felt like 2,000. But there was a lot.
Yeah.
What's up, Harriyanna?
Hi.
What's up?
What's up? You can come in. You're early, but are you wearing purple? Okay, you can come in. How are you today?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm salty because Mal's birthday didn't invite me to her wedding, and to her. So yeah, we're currently in here setting up to have our little red carpet event on the day of her wedding because we're watching. Oh yeah, this is Jason. This is Shayla, by the way. This is Eros. These are all cast and crew for the show. So I don't know what this Shayla had turned on this like sexy beach show. I don't know what it is, but I had to do 2 outfits today. This isn't my final outfit. I'm wearing my fine girl outfit right here with some slides. So yeah.
Link in the description.
Huh?
Link in the description.
Link in the description. I'm actually gonna put it in there. So you come on in here. I got refreshments for everyone. Hey y'all, I'm over here. But I got refreshments for everybody because if I'm gonna throw my own party on the day of somebody else's wedding, I have to keep the, food makes people stay. So I got snacks for everybody, and I also made gift bags for everyone too. I made cute little gift bags for everybody. Have some more over here. But yeah, I'm excited for today. How are you doing? How are you guys doing?
Hot. It is a very hot summer day.
Orland's hot as hell. I'm just really salty that she didn't want to invite me to her wedding. Like, I'm nothing but nice to her. I don't get it. It's because I talk shit about her all the time. Oh, and then you're gonna laugh at that. Okay. But yeah, as of now, you guys can sit back and relax. We're waiting for the rest of the cast and crew to come. Also, I love this piece. I don't know why. I just really like this picture right here. I took a picture with it on my Instagram before, so yeah. Ooh. So you guys, there's seats everywhere for everyone.
Literally.
And yeah, we're just waiting for the cast and crew to get here. And then I'm gonna be getting ready soon. So that should be fun. So I will see you guys later. A lot of people on this show came from like old jobs that I've had in the past. Hello.
Doesn't she look good?
Do I?
You do look good.
Yeah, we're going for a black eyeliner look, and then we're live right now on Instagram. So this is Cameron, y'all.
Say hey guys.
He's also in
What's
the
up?
show. He's in the show, by the way. So yeah, he plays Grumpy's son in the show. He ain't in the show yet, but yeah, that's him.
Bro, I love how I auto-focus to go focus on another kid.
Yeah.
Not even show the palette.
We'll show the James Charles palette.
That literally be reaching under the table. Like, y'all don't see this?
Yeah.
We don't support.
But yeah, we should be done in about how much time we got?
Probably in a few seconds, honestly. I'm just putting eyeliner on you and then putting glitter on you.
Okay.
Not me and Cam both going to the ground.
And also, okay, the cast and crew and then their guests should be here in about 25 minutes, so we should be done pretty soon. And I will see you guys when we're finished. Goodbye. Bye. No, a lot of y'all came late, but we're recording.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys so much for coming. I basically wrote out what I'm gonna say because I knew when I got up here I was gonna freeze. So let's just go ahead. I saved it in my Google documents as my little speech because that's what it is. And it's just kind of how I feel like overall, like the mood for today. So if it don't load, I'm gonna throw up here. So no. Why does stuff always want to mess up when you eat it? Who said that? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, okay, thanks. Y'all looking like proud mamas right now. Yeah. Okay. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted my own show. Not a show that I just starred in, a show that I wrote myself and also acted in. I thought it wasn't possible. Web shows became more and more popular, and I realized that I had the possibility of making one. But I thought no one would want to do it with me, and also not having the money for it was also an issue. Anyone that knows me knows that Descendants is my guilty pleasure. The first movie came out when I was 16, and I loved it. Is it a perfect movie? Hell no. Not at all. But I loved it. I loved the world that it created. I really liked the characters, and I was into it. It made me happy. I hated the high school that I went to.
We went
No, we ain't saying that school's name, okay? I didn't enjoy my teenhood. Descendants is something that I really enjoyed, and it helped me get through my last 2 years of high school. Were people mean to me about it? Of course. I was a teenager who was a huge fan of a Disney Channel movie. Y'all can laugh, it's okay. When people would find my YouTube channel, they would post about it. Hold on. When people would find my YouTube channel, when I posted about it, they would make fun of me. But I didn't care because this was something that made me happy. One thing about Descendants is that one thing about Descendants that bothers me is one, the writing got worse and worse as it went on, and the diversity is terrible. Yeah, y'all wonder why I look black as hell in here? That's why. Okay, the diversity is terrible. What else? Okay. I am always interested in people rewriting scripts and making their own versions of things. So I did that. And the thing is, like, it's y'all that this is coming from. I look this way. Let me mute that. Okay. I'm sorry, audience. Okay, the diversity is terrible, and I'm always interested in people rewriting scripts and making their own versions of it. So I did that. Just making short stories that took place within this universe with black characters in a better light. COVID has been very stressful for all of us. Don't get me started. But one positive thing that it did for me was make me more creative. The pandemic gave me the drive to go harder for what I want. One thing about this pandemic is that it taught me is that if you want something, go after it. Because life is too damn short to be doing what you hate or not working in a position that you know you should be in. I was sick of just walking around in the background of a show or a movie and just being treated like shit for an easy paycheck. Yeah, I'm about to get fired. I disliked that I was made to feel like I wasn't important. I hated my job because it made me extremely unhappy. If it was an ongoing cycle of wondering how bad I was going to be treated for the day. Nobody wants to go to work wondering how bad they're going to be treated. I think we all understand.
No black people want to go to work to get makeup. That's purple.
Don't get me started. No, that's a whole other topic for another discussion. Okay. So, I took one of the biggest risks I ever made. I decided to make my own show. I was over having no one see my stories. I was over feeling like I wasn't important. The internet is a powerful tool. Depending on how you use it, it can bring you greatness. Because of the internet, many other people were able to have their own shows, and it led to them having great opportunities in the entertainment industry. I love watching web shows, big fans of many of them, and many of them being fan series. It's like this Miraculous Ladybug fan series I'm in love with right now. It's called The Miraculous Office AU. I had to shout it out, I'm sorry, I had to. It's great. It's actually like high quality stuff. I don't know how she did it on that budget. Anyway, let's go. You gotta make quick. Okay. I'll be honest. I know if the pandemic didn't happen, I most likely would not have this. And I know that this is not only a bit heartbreaking, but it makes me want to prove myself even more. Yes, I found success during the pandemic. Who was that?
Tati.
Hey, Tatiana. Okay. Yes, I found success during the pandemic, but this is not my only time that I want to shine. I can do more. I can go further. This process has not been easy. From dealing with the problems with my personal life, with my health and my family, I thought it wasn't going to be possible for me anymore to do this. I worked my ass off to make sure I had the money to pay for it all, so I wouldn't have to ask anyone for anything. I know 16-year-old me would be screaming her head off right now if she knew she would have her own show. Even if it is just a web show. Thank you all. This would not have been possible without you. It takes a village to make a show. I would be lying if I didn't say that the project has been stressful as hell. As it is time for me to take a break from this project, I've been working on it non-stop for about a year. I will come back to it when I'm in a better place. I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I'm scared. How the audience reacts to the series will depend on what happens with it. It's always like that when it comes to fan series and just web series in general. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that we made something great. I know this project isn't perfect, but doing something is better than doing nothing at all. I may not have Disney money, but that won't stop me from making something great. So you guys ready to walk the red carpet now? Okay, we're gonna go head outside.
No, I've been like filming these different productions.
Okay, you wanna put your bag up there if you can? Oh, it's fine.
I'm loving that look. The sharp. I'm sorry. See? I gotta outdo the racist.
Y'all all look
I
good.
can't walk in heels, so we gon'.
So that racist guy on that project that I just worked on, who bumped into me.
Please go back crackhead.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just recording so we can get some behind the scenes footage. This dog has been my mood the whole day. Love him.
You may have to do it maybe once or twice.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's kind of gonna have to do
Ooh, the curls are popping. The curls are popping.
right there. Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like it's really good. This may be a long process.
Hello, everybody. Is it like close up on my face or?
You good.
Okay. So I want to come in here and interview all the cast and crew because I'm extra like that. The first person I have with me is the lovely Shayla Simone, the makeup artist for our show. How are you doing, Shayla?
I'm doing great.
And who's this that we have with us?
This is Eros, but he's hiding currently. So
does he know he's on camera?
I think he does. He says, "Hey."
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically Shayla is the makeup coordinator for the show. She's the head makeup artist. Literally all that the makeup looks that you see in the show are basically hers. So how did you come up with every makeup look for each character? Like,
That's a good question. Actually, I started a board on Pinterest.
hey, yo, we rolling! As we were saying, how did you come up with all the makeup looks for the show? Like, how did you know what to do for each character? Tell me about that.
I made a vision board about like each character and what I felt that would fit them best. So, let me get my board. Love that. I like to look at their color pattern first and I would separate them in piles. And basically whatever I would see on my Instagram feed, I would put in a pile. Or what I felt like I could do and like pull off, I would put in certain piles or certain looks. And I try to get like the villains, I would say, more kind of like badass type of looks. Like my favorite look I did was like a dragon on this girl's face.
CJ Hook.
CJ Hook, and I love
played,
that so much.
Adriana, she's not here with us today, but she played Captain Hook's daughter, CJ Hook.
Yeah, I like to do more abstract type of makeup looks and think outside the box because I do love glam makeup, but I feel like anybody can do glam. Like if you're gonna step outside the box like the Euphoria type of looks or looks that you want to try on yourself when you get home or you just want to be inspired by. So that's what I try to create, and I feel like I did an amazing job, but I also took help from Nicole. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, because Euphoria, when I came up with like the idea, when I came to Shayla with this project, I was like, I want the makeup to be out there, like Euphoria, like you don't forget it. So it's funny because a lot of my characters' looks, Evie, are inspired by Maddie Perez. And that's really funny. I think that's really funny because, like you said, you always try to have the villains be like makeup by villains, and Maddie is a villain in my opinion because she's terrible. But she's beautiful, but she's terrible.
Yeah.
What do you plan to do next with the project?
Whatever Nicole wants me to do, then I'm down to do. I will be featured. Yeah, there's talks. She's talking to my agent right now. Yeah, she wants me to be a character, and I'm trying to see if it's like in my schedule, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. I will be playing the Light Fairy's
You
daughter.
play Valerie.
That's her name?
That's the name I gave her.
Iridessa's daughter will be played by me, so be on the lookout for that.
What's next for you, Shayla?
What's next for me is a nap.
Also, I have one more question for you before I'll let you go. Which makeup looks are you most excited for the viewers to see?
Definitely, I did a butterfly on Mal. Her character is like a purple butterfly. I love that look. The dragon look I did that I just mentioned, I love that. And trying to see. I did this really beautiful, like kind of like Caribbean type of look on Uma, and I feel like those three are like my favorite three that I created. And on that day, I actually did maybe like more than 10 people's makeup look.
Yeah, when
you're in one sitting.
When you're a low budget production, you gotta do a whole bunch of stuff in one day. And we had one makeup artist had to do a whole bunch of. She had to do my face like 3 times that day.
Yeah. And I did it.
So thank you for being a part of the project with me. I love you.
I love you too, and thank you so much.
Okay, now go get Edward.
Okay.
Oh. We got a pimp named Slickback.
How you doing?
Okay, anyway, I have Edward Draven here today.
Hi,
Edward is a good friend of mine, and he plays Clay Clayton, who is the son of Clayton from Tarzan. So yeah, he's a bad kid.
Yeah.
He ain't no different than his daddy. He's fucking terrible. He's freaking terrible. Okay.
Me too.
So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about your character?
I'm in. Is this PG?
You can cuss. It's okay.
I'm a jerk, a butthole.
You can say asshole.
I'm an asshole, but I'm sexy, so like I can be an asshole to whoever I want to be. And I'm sorry, I don't think I'm an asshole. I just think everybody else is just like not good enough to be my friend, right?
Yeah, basically Clay is just horrible. He's really terrible. Him and Maddie are like BFFs in the show.
Yeah.
And the thing
That's
about
Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy.
I love her.
She's so sweet. Kennedy couldn't come with us today, but we love her. We love Kennedy. But yeah, so how did you feel knowing that you were going to be paired up with Maddie?
At first, I was a little nervous because I was like, oh my god, what if her actress is like her? And then I met her. I was like, okay, this is a really cool girl. I was really happy when we met because she's like super sweet. I so proud of her.
Yeah, I hope she's doing well. What are you excited? What scene are you most excited for the fans to see?
Without saying too much,
Yeah, try not to give spoilers.
The couch scene.
You beat the episode Hot Cheetos?
Yeah, yeah.
That episode was fun to shoot, okay?
I also love that scene where I was like,
When y'all were, when Maddie and Mal got into it.
yeah, that was pretty intense. That was my favorite.
So I was like, what's next for them?
Follow me on Instagram at Edward Draven to find out. I'm working. But you could see me, you know, anywhere. A wrestling ring, on a stage, you never know.
She's trying to get me into wrestling, y'all, by the way. So.
She's gonna be my manager. She thinks I'm like, yeah, she's gonna be my manager.
I've never done it before, so I'm gonna do it because it sounds fun. So, okay, love you.
Me too. Oh, thank you for having me.
Okay, now go get Tashana.
Freddie.
Tashana! Hello, you guys. I am here with the beautiful, the fine ass, the most beautiful ass woman I ever laid eyes on. Tashana. She plays Freddie for Celia, the voodoo queen of Oradon Prep. So,
Hello, how are you?
how are you doing? I see your makeup look today is inspired by Freddie.
Yes,
So that's really, really cute. I'm really, really glad you brought that with you. Then you got the hair going too. Like she's really living up to her character. I'm really, really proud. So if you could tell the audience a little bit about Freddie and like who she is and a little bit about what she does.
Yeah, so, Freddie is a continuation of the character from Wicked World. Hello.
Okay, we're good.
Push me. Okay. So, Freddie is a continuation from the character from the Wicked World series, and I loved her so much. One, because not only she was Dr. Fitzgerald's daughter, but she was from Princess and the Frog, which is one of my favorite Disney princess movies. So I'm very, very happy.
Hey, quiet down there! Continue.
And I'm very, very happy and glad that Nicole offered me the role to play her because I am also a witch IRL. I do tarot. I do energy readings, as she knows. She's one of my
clients.
Consistently clients. But I'm very, very glad that with this series we get to continue her character, especially because she wasn't continued in the live action.
Yeah, they
films.
just dropped her. That's something that really bothered me.
Yeah, and especially because Miss China and McClain was her character in the animated series, but then got to be Uma, so it was kind of awkward.
Yeah, Lauren ended up playing her.
Yeah,
Lauren did a fantastic job.
But yeah, I mean, whatever casting world was going on there, I'm glad that I have this opportunity to play this character, and it's someone that is actually very deep to my heart. So.
Oh, fun fact, by the way, Tashana actually did an audition for Progenies. She's one of the few people that did an audition. Like I said, she was a friend of mine from work, and she reminded me a lot of Freddie. So I just hit her up one day and was like, "Do you want to be Freddie for Celia?" And she was like, "Yes, girl, give me the role." So, like I said, Freddie and Evie do have a bit of like a friendship connection, and I feel like me and Tashana's friendship plays off on screen. So, how do you feel about like Freddie and Evie's friendship? Like, do you feel like Freddie is kind of like she needs to be there for Evie because Evie can be a little clueless sometimes? But...
I think Freddie really does see Evie as like, if we still have Celia as second sister.
Yeah, Celia's still in this universe.
Yeah. So I think also because once that you guys grew up in the aisle and hey, like I think our parents were like the only very few parents that actually did somewhat care about us more than others.
Like Evie's mom was horrible, but she wasn't.
She was still present.
She wasn't molested.
Yeah.
She wasn't corrupt.
She wasn't manipulating you or any way. So I think, you know, the fact that Freddie definitely wants to protect Evie, but also wants to make sure Evie like knows how to protect herself, especially going off into Oradon. I mean, the fact that Evie already went prior and then Freddie came along with everyone else, I think it's just important that, you know, like you are like a sister to me. I don't want to make sure you're fine because, hey, this person that you've been with or some of the people that you went with, like, you know, weren't good for you. And I want to make sure that if you are not protected, that I'm at least going to do my magic, my sources, my whatever to protect you myself. So you can also learn how to do that. stuff as well.
This is why she's pretty. She's perfect. Like, I really feel like me and you's friendship comes out a lot through Ready and Eve's friendship, and I'm just so grateful to have you a part of this cast. So what is next for Tatiana of creativity? Because she has her own brand called Creativity, and I love it. I'm very, very supportive of it. So what's next for you? Watching these collabs a lot with creativity.
Yeah, just now, we're going to be doing a miraculous ladybug photo shoot soon. So we got that. Okay.
Can I be there?
Oh, you gotta help me get in the outfit, of course.
As of now, I am back performing at the Shakespeare Tavern. We did a show back in May, and we did Midsummer's Night Dream, and we're bringing it back inside, and I was offered the role inside the show as one of the fairies and clowns, and also choreographer, so that's what I have going on next month, all through August to September. As far as creativity goes, it's just really creating with other people. I just now got to be project manager for P-Film and Dance, so another affiliation and people that I love to work with to continue just creating things as well. And maybe there's going to be a few things that I will be putting out for myself along the way, so stay tuned.
Thank you, Tatiana. Love you. Give me a hug. Thank you. Now go get Mary Margaret.
All right.
Mary Margaret! You're next! Hey, have you ever been interviewed before?
Yes.
I was just like,
I just didn't know what the circumstances are. Okay, what's up?
but here we have Mary Margaret. She was the casting assistant of the project. Literally, I would not have been able to cast the cast without her. It would not have been possible. So you could tell them a little bit about the process of
So it started with Nicole posted about how she's getting her story together, how she's organizing the project, how she wanted this dream, and I was already proud of you to begin with, so I wanted to be a part of it. So basically I messaged her and I was like, hey, I really want casting experience. If you need any help, like sending emails or getting text out or just sending out call sheets, whatever, I'll take anything, because I was going to graduate college. So I messaged her and she was like, actually, I could really use the help.
Yep.
she was dealing with everything else, because like when you're a producer or director, you're dealing with everything. So I was like, whatever weight I can take off your shoulders, I'll do it. And I was like, I'll do it for free. I don't care what I need to do. I just want to be able to help.
I still paid her.
Yeah, I
We
know.
don't work for free. We don't
Exactly.
work
She was
for
like, no, I'm going to pay you. And I was like, oh, okay.
We don't work for free over here.
And so it was basically just helping you sift through the auditions, because she was using Actors Access, which will have like 2,000, 3,000 people had applied.
We got 1,000 auditions.
Yeah, it felt like 2,000. But there was a lot.
Yeah.
So this is my first time doing something like that, and so I was just kind of helping her sift through and like sending who I thought was, you know, the best options. And she already had some people in mind too. She told me like what she kind of wanted for each character, and so I was like, here, I think this person did well. Just sending out lines as well, or not lines, it's called sides.
Sides, yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
Sending out sides to them as well, and then getting that organized, sending it back to her. And then once we were able to like figure out who she wanted, she reached out to them and booked them. And then from there, it was just basically me being a contact point for her. So I was just sending out emails, being like, hey, you're going to be on set tomorrow. Here's the call sheet. And here's your sides that you need to know. Last minute emails too. I'd be like driving home and be like, oh my god, I'll be home in 10 minutes. Let me send something. Because she like just texted me like, oh my god, something's happening tomorrow. Please send out an email real fast. And so it's just basically, like I said, like a contact point between them. And then seeing it all come together though, I was telling my friends, I was like, it's so weird because I've seen these people on Instagram and now I'm seeing them like in person.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to be able to see them and be able to get to see the whole thing come together.
Did you expect the project to be like this? Because I honestly had no idea that many people wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Like I had that was like my first introduction to how many Atlanta actors there are. I had no idea that there was that many actors and actresses out there that are in Atlanta that wanted to work so bad. Especially I guess they saw the project idea and they saw they wanted to be a part of it. I had no idea it was gonna be overwhelming of people getting in and there's a lot of talent too. Like there's a lot of talent.
Yeah, because it's like I always assumed that people hate Descendants. That's like always. I thought nobody wanted to do that. They're like, it's a Descendants fan series, nothing. And so many people send us submissions. They're like, this is actually an amazing concept.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they wanted to be a part of it any way they could.
Because I thought people would have thought it was stupid, but everyone was like, no, you're rewriting the script. That's a great thing.
Yeah,
like,
it's really cool. It's a really creative idea too. And I'm glad that you brought it to life. I'm excited to see it. So.
And a lot of people were telling me, they were like, I always wanted to be in a Disney Channel movie. This might be the closest thing I get to that. So.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it too. And there's a lot of talented people that have been cast, and I'm excited to see it all come to life in time. So
the casting process for this was very. It was longer than we expected.
Yeah.
We did not expect to get so many submissions, and I would not have had the wonderful cast if it weren't for Billy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So,
I had a lot of fun.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'm sorry if I feel like I was stressing you out with it.
No, you weren't at all. I was like, Nicole's so chill. I think there's that, like, I don't know, like, I always just thought it was, like, a good peer, too, because I've always admired you from watching you grow, too. Because when I met you in, like, 2018 on set, like, you just started, like, doing YouTube and stuff, and then seeing it all, like, come up together from there, it's just crazy, so.
So what's next for American Margaret?
For me, I work at Central now, so I work at a background acting company in Atlanta, and I do that full time. And so it's kind of like that casting.
Yeah, we got a real casting director.
Yeah. So this, like, working on the progenies and some other projects, like many projects along the way, has gotten me that job. So I'm very grateful for it and got me experience. Now I love doing it. I do it every day. So casting is still something I love doing and something I love. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Okay, now go get Nitra.
Okay, Nitra.
Yeah.
Nitra!
I'm here with Nitra, who plays Jordan on the project. Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm nervous. This is very fun to have me here.
Okay, so basically when Nitra actually auditioned for another show that I was helping doing casting with, and I thought she would be perfect for Jordan because when I would go back and rewatch, like, you know, the properties to make the progeny, I was like, she's giving Jordan energy because she auditioned for a character named Hazel from, like, the Percy Jackson series. And I was like, she's not giving Hazel, but she's good. She's giving Jordan. So I contacted her and I was like, hey, you didn't get the role for this, but are you interested in working in this too? And she said, sure, she was here for it. So how did you feel when you got the role?
Honestly, when you first told me it was like a Regina George, I was like, oh yeah, like, I'm here for that. Because I love Mean Girls. So I was like, yes, okay. When I first got on set the first day we filmed and I found out my character was like pinkish and stuff, I was so happy, like, oh my god. And then the costumes be like,
yeah, we can thank Sydney Burrows for that. Sydney is our costume coordinator and fashion designer.
She did good.
She did so amazing. So how do you tell the audience a little bit about your character? Because I know what I want to say about your character, but tell them what you think of your character.
well, honestly, I love my character.
Oh, I love her too.
I don't know if some people might not, but me, I honestly love her. I like being into a different type of person, even though I'm not her. It's fun being her. She's really type of like slick, messy type person, you know. She kind of keeps her head poked in, but also keeps it out. So it's like, she's bold, but she's not bold. You know?
Yeah, the thing about Jordan, y'all gonna see
She's
it.
really sneaky. I like that.
Yeah, she's real sneaky, real sly, but like, and she messed with the wrong person and she get a little scared. So
Yeah.
it's really funny to see. It's actually really, really funny to see. I really love your character. I had so much fun writing your character.
I had fun being the character. I honestly did. Like, I honestly love doing this. It's really fun. It's the best experience I've had so far. So.
Really? Wow, I always want to make sure. I know this is a lot of people's like first project, or this is like your biggest project that they've done yet. So I just want to make sure y'all are enjoying this experience.
Yeah, I really am. It's so fun. Like, everybody here, I'm really cool with.
Yeah,
And I got along like that.
Yeah, thank you, the fans, for being nice. Cause I know she play a mean girl, but she not mean in real life. Okay, y'all don't be mean to her. I'm gonna get y'all. So, what's next for Nitra?
Honestly, I don't know. I want to move down here so bad in ATL.
Yeah. Oh, one good thing about Nitra, I can rely on her. She lives out of state, but I'm like, hey, I need you in Atlanta, and she will come. Like, that's why I was a little hesitant on casting her as Jordan, because I found out she didn't live in Atlanta, let alone Georgia.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I'll get there. Because I had to make a last minute change at the last minute because I ended up having to go to work.
I think it was like, it was a week and a half before.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, let's go ahead and go. She was like, okay.
Yeah.
We were down for it, so.
I'm just happy I got people I can rely on. And she's extremely amazing. She just lights up the room when she walks in. It's like, she's nothing like Jordan. I find that so amazing. So like I said, what's next for Detroit?
I want to move to Atlanta so bad. Honestly, I just want to push out my career further when it comes down to modeling and acting. You know, I just want to do something outside of street play. There's nothing down there, honestly. It's like nothing. We don't even have an aquarium. Like, there's nothing.
Oh.
I just go to work down there and that's it. So I just want to definitely push out my career a lot further with modeling, acting, if I can with my hair and stuff. Because I do hair and stuff.
She's also an amazing dancer, by the way.
Yeah, during COVID, I used to dance a lot. Like, that's something that definitely kept me, like, in peace. Oh my God. When I tell y'all,
writing this show kept me at peace.
no,
So I
for
get you.
real. So, yeah. I'm definitely just want to push out my career a lot. So.
Thank you, Mitra. Love you.
I love you too.
Okay, now go get Jayla.
Jayla!
I never get tired of that.
Hey, so I am here with Jayla, who plays Allie. Now, many of you guys may be familiar with Allie's character from Descendants Wicked World. Usually she just always showed up when Jordan was there. First, Allie didn't really do anything. She was just kind of really irritating and annoying, and I wanted to rewrite her character a bit, but still also being like Jordan's man. Not right-hand man, like right-hand woman. Yeah, ring woman. So, tell the audience a little bit about Allie.
Okay, so yeah, like she was saying, honestly, Allie she's Jordan's best friend, but Jordan's not the best friend to Allie. So, you know, she's there when she needs to be. She's kind of into all the messy tea, but
She
you know,
instigates a lot.
right, she's an instigator. She's not gonna start it, she's not gonna finish it, but you'll find her somewhere in the middle.
So how did you feel when you found out you got the role of Allie?
I was so excited. I was excited, but I was nervous. I remember actually, I think I said something like, "Are you sure?" Because I'm like, you know, this was like honestly my first speaking role.
Yeah.
So I was like super nervous. I didn't want to let you down. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a lot of weight on my shoulders. But once I got on set, like the first day, like the vibes were automatically off the rip, just amazing. And the cast, and of course, fell in love with Jordan. And yeah, I was glad to be a part of it.
And she's a very creative with her character. Like she brings things to her character that I never thought. So who do you get this inspiration from? I feel like I know who it is. Is it Gretchen from Mean Girls?
It is.
Tell the people about
It
it.
is.
Tell them
Okay.
about it.
So honestly, I would call it a combination of Gretchen and Karen. Honestly, it's like Allie has her blonde moments, but most of the time she's just trying to make things work. But it's just like it falls apart basically. Like Gretchen, the whole movie trying to make fetch a thing, and it just doesn't happen.
You're just laughing behind the camera.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, I'm really like thankful that you ate because I really didn't like Allie's character in Wicked World. And I was talking to a few of my like Descendants mutuals about how we just weren't feeling her character.
Yeah.
And like we really loved the movie Alice in Wonderland. Why is her daughter like this? She's not interesting. She's not great. She's just annoying.
Yeah.
And we decided to revamp her character, and I'm actually very satisfied with the way she's turned out. So thank you so much for bringing that fire that I needed for Allie, okay? Because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So what's next for Jayla?
Well, I just finished working on a few productions that are about to be coming out soon. That's exciting.
She's also a model.
Oh, that I can't talk about.
I like to brag on the cast, y'all. That's why I was like, oh, she's also a dancer.
I have a fashion show on August 5th. It's called Young Atlanta. They do a annual show every year. I auditioned last year and did not make the cut, but I made it this year. So I will be in the show on August 5th. And I'm super excited for that. And other than that, yeah, just waiting on these productions to drop so I can, tell people about them. NDA stuff.
And what are you most excited for the fans? Because you know the show already got fans, and that's what makes me more nervous.
Yes.
What are you most excited for the fans to see from your
Well, I'm most excited for them to see the love life of Allie, because the show's factored around all the tea and the issues going on, but And I want them to see like Allie's, you know, broadened variety of, you know, her love life. So yeah.
Yeah, because like because one thing that a lot of Descendants fans were a bit upset with the film is that they didn't really have the LGBTQ representation, and I decided to add that included. And with Allie's character, she's bisexual. She's into both men and women. So we're basically just seeing how that like affects her.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you bring to that.
So excited.
Thank you again for joining this production with me.
Thank you for having me.
Now go to Tatiana.
Okay.
Tatiana! Jason! We heard the laugh. Oh. Hello, we are back. We are here with Tatiana, our director of photography, the cinematography, the person that shot it. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, Tatiana, everything she knows about Descendants is by force, basically. We're classmates. She's actually one of my good friends from school. She's one of my best friends from school. We're both theater majors, and we both would talk about like working on things and whatnot. And I came to Tatiana with this project one day because I know Tatiana was trying to get more experience with camera work because that's something that she was really interested in. And I was like, hey, I'm shooting a pilot for my web show. Would you be interested? And she said yes. I was scared she was gonna say no because she doesn't really know anything about this thing. So how did you feel when I came to you about this project?
I was really excited because, like you said, I was excited to get behind the camera and do some filming, and especially filming someone else's work. Because before I was just like filming, you know, like outside or on the woods. Like it wasn't anything like scripted. Yeah. Yeah. And it was really fun filming it. I really loved and it's kind of a challenge, but in a good way because we're working with color. And so with that also makes, you know, trying to make the visuals very different. And so I learned a lot about cameras, trying to adjust things and make them look good and sharp. And
y'all, when I tell y'all, when we did the pilot, we didn't know what we was doing. We did not. It was ghetto as hell. But when we actually started filming the shorts, it went a lot smoother because we actually knew what we were doing. So, Tatiana, a lot of the shots that we see in the show, a lot of the good ones that I really enjoyed were her ideas. So, how did you do it? How did you do it?
just like trying to think of what I would want to watch on TV.
Yeah.
Like, and because you were acting in a lot of it, and so like acting and like being on the outside is very different because I'm also an actor as well, and seeing it from the outside perspective is different than, you know, as an actor. So it's trying to find a way to get everyone in the best way possible, like each character in the best way possible. I did a lot of like group shots with people who like had certain connections with each other. Like you and then the character for Jayla, I had y'all together because you guys always have that back and forth.
Louise.
Yes, yeah. So it's all about like trying to adhere to the character as well. Because if it's a character that is a little bit more aggressive or something, then you want to get a little bit up close. You really want to see and feel that seething, whatever emotion that they have coming out. But if it's like, the group shots were interesting to try to figure out how to do because there were so many people. And it was like, so trying to get everyone all in one.
Yeah, because it's like we went from shooting the pilot where it was only no more than 2 or 3 girls in a scene, and then we went to doing a scene with 6 people in it. So it was a bit of a change. It was a bit of a difference, but we both were able to work with it. Because it's like when Tatiana was there on the side, I was there with her. So it's like you really helped me a lot because I would be really confused on how to get certain shots, and you'd be like, well, I think this would work, and I'm like, okay, let's see it, and then it looked great. It looked great.
And I think because I've been taking more classes and stuff for cinematography as well, and I have had more experience since we did the pilot. That really helps open my eyes to all the possibilities and all the different shots and stuff that we can take and what they all translate to.
Okay. Is there any particular episode or scene that you would like to tell the audience that you really enjoyed shooting?
I really enjoyed the Uno scene. Yeah.
Don't tell them what happened.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it just because it was kind of easier than the ones that we did in the rooms because there's this like rule in film, like the 180-degree line rule, so it's really hard to get certain angles of people
in that space without breaking that rule. But for the Uno scenes, like we was at a table, so
Yeah,
it was
we
a
were
lot
in an open
easier.
room. We actually in an open room, so.
And yeah, exactly, open room, and we had more space for like better, more lighting and stuff like that. So we were definitely able to move around and play around a lot more.
The Uno episode was an experience, I'll say that. You guys will see it when it comes out, and you'll know why we enjoyed that one. You'll know why. Let's just say, a giant mess is created. Let's just say that. So what is next for Tatiana?
Just continuing to go to school, just trying to get more jobs and stuff around the area, trying to get more experience. You know, just trying to get my life together.
Kind of build that. Well, I love you. Thank you so much for being a part of this production. Because I'm just so grateful that my friends actually wanted to be a part of this. Because I was scared none of y'all wanted to do it.
Yeah, I mean, even though I haven't seen Descendants, I was still really excited to do this and work with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, love you. Give me a hug.
Thank you.
Let's go get Louise.
Okay.
Louise! That one.
Wait, one more.
You know, we're going to share, but hey, y'all, we have Louise, who plays Jaden in the progenies. Hi. Tell the audience a little bit about who you are.
Oh my gosh, I am Louise. I am 19 years old. I am from Atlanta, Georgia.
I thought you was from somewhere.
Well, I wasn't born in Atlanta, Georgia. I was born in Honduras.
Okay, I thought you moved from Honduras.
Yeah, I moved from Honduras.
Because I remember you told me that.
Yeah, I told you. My family history comes from everywhere. I have Asian, I have Middle Eastern, Hispanic. And
yeah, it was okay. The process of finding a Jaden was so hard. Okay, because you know he wasn't casted correctly in the Descendants movie. He wasn't played.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't casted correctly, and I was really hard on pushing that.
Yeah.
That's why I was looking all over for an actor. And then when I found you, I showed like the people that were also behind the scenes with it, and I'm like, y'all, does he think he would be a good Jay? And everyone said yes.
Aww.
So he auditioned for 3 different characters, and then I casted him as Jaden. The thing about it is that like I made him do it until he got it right.
I remember I auditioned for play, and that was the one I was going for. I was like, oh, I love play, you know. I love play, and I was like, I think I can bring something to this role. And I remember she told me specifically, she was like, can you read this character as this character the way you were reading this character? And I was like, yes.
And it was like I clicked with him right there because he had a callback actually. He was one of the few actors that actually did have a callback because what he did for one character I wanted him to do for another, and I was like, you gonna do it. You gonna do it. So you played Jaden, who is Carlos's boyfriend, and then also Evie's best friend. So how did you feel when you found out you were playing a gay man character?
Oh my gosh, you know, I think it was very interesting as somebody who has, I guess, struggled with sexuality too, just in general. Even now, I'm still confused, which I think is okay. I know, it's crazy.
I'm trying to figure out, am I straight or asexual?
No.
I really don't know at this point.
Exactly. Like, I know I'm for sure asexual. I don't like the idea of sex. But also, like...
Okay, I like the idea of it. Kids shouldn't be watching this channel anyway.
Sorry.
I like the idea of it like twice a month.
Okay. With the right person.
That's what I'm like, I don't know.
That makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I think sexuality plays such a big role, especially in this series. I think it's so important because I kind of wanted to do it justice. I wanted to do Jaden justice, and I was at first unsure if I was going to be able to do that. But honestly, just being reassured by everybody and being told that this is a safe space for anybody, and it has to be a safe space for anybody. And I know Nicole like specifically told all of us this is gonna be a safe space for whoever the hell.
Oh yeah, and there I had a meeting with every cast member before they came in. I basically said, don't be racist, don't be homophobic, don't be transphobic, just don't be ignorant. This is not the place for you.
Yeah, so. And that's one of my favorite things, honestly. I feel like not a lot of people take out their time to establish that. So I'm really glad that she did do that, because I'm like, okay, I can be myself and nobody's gonna hate crime me for it.
Yeah, the Descendants fandom is really big on. That's one thing that a lot of people were frustrated about, and I spoke about with Jayla's character because she is played by the bisexual girl in the show. I did speak about how many people were upset how it didn't have LGBTQ representation, and they did like they picked at it a lot, but they didn't actually do anything with it, and it really upset them. And as somebody that considers themselves a big ally to the LGBT community, I feel like I gotta put that in here because y'all, I'm big into fandom. A lot of people know who I am, and then that's the first thing that so many people asked me when I told them I was making a web show, and they were like, "Is there gonna be LGBTQ representation?" I was like, "You know it. Don't even ask. Don't even know."
Yeah, and I liked the first love interest Zion. He's not here, but Carlos. I think we click very well too.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
J-Lo's.
So cute, yeah, and I enjoyed it. I think it's very weird because I feel like in real life, I'm more of a Carlos. Like, I feel like, which is so funny because it's so funny. Like, right, like myself, like Louise, I feel like is more of a Carlos, but like when I play Jaden, so it's just really like.
Because Carlos is like more soft, and Jaden, you can say Jay or Jaden, either one. He's more aggressive, and I had to like get that out of him. I was like, you can be aggressive, come on. Like,
yeah, it's really interesting because I'm a really nice, kind person.
Yeah.
But again, one of the most important things and one of the most I think in-depth things about Jaden is that he would do anything for his friends and anything for his best friend,
Evie.
Carlos, and so and if that means killing someone, that's what he would do. You know, I think it's so important.
Yeah, you know Jay from the Hood, so.
Right. Yeah. No. So.
Yeah, that's one thing I really loved about it because one thing about Descendants in general that I really liked was in the book we saw how like Jay and Evie were really like playful with each other, and we saw like they always were like that, but like you can tell they genuinely didn't care for each other, and I really wanted to bring that on screen. So that's why it was so hard casting your character, okay?
Yeah.
Because there's like certain people gave me bad vibes and things like that, and I'm like, I want somebody that I know I'm gonna be able to click with like that, and we can get along in real life, and that play out on screen. So
the other really interesting thing too is even I think Jaden is very, I don't know, he kind of gives off bi vibes, like bisexual, and so when like Evie and Jaden sometimes work together, there's a few moments where they're like, okay, hold up, like there has to be some.
Everybody in Descendants gives off vibes.
Right? Yeah. It's perfect, yeah, and so, I don't know, it's interesting to see the dynamic where like they're best friends, but also like they're close enough to where they can make out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
that's how close they are.
A lot of my inspiration that I brought from like Jay and Evie's friendship comes from me and my own real life best friend named Saya. He couldn't come today. He's the editor for the show. But the way like Jay and Evie talk to each other, that's how me and him talk to each other. And me and Edward too, who's also one of my best friends. We like tell each other we're gonna get married, how it's weird. It's just our friendship. That's exactly how it is. And a lot of people are friends like that with like their own friends that are not interested in them like that. So I thought that was really funny.
It's very platonic, but also it's very like realistic. Like if you wouldn't have known us, you'd be like, oh, they're fucking.
Oh no, because this is funny. Because I was on. It's okay, you can say that. I'm not gonna. I was on the phone with Edward one day, and I was just on the phone with him, and I was like, "Kate, love you, bye." And my sister was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "He's gay." And then she was like, "Oh, okay." But we're comfortable enough to talk to each other like that. So what's next for Louise?
Right. Oh, what do you mean? What's next? Like, what's next for me?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of crazy. I'm in school. I don't want to be. So I'm really hoping that I get a big break. You know, a bigger.
What is this in your big break?
Hold up,
because you know we already got people like we already have fans.
You're not lying. No, I am. This might be it. So y'all, I mean, stay tuned because, I don't know. I love acting. Honestly, acting is so much fun. I think I'm so glad I got this opportunity, to be honest, because it's one of my the first opportunity.
Yeah, how did you feel when you found out you got the role?
Oh my gosh, it was so exciting, kind of crazy. I was like, hold up, what?
I actually got it. No, it's like I got a realization, I'm like, I got it. Oh.
Yeah, it was because I've never ever like actually like auditioned or like gotten a role. So like the first time reading like this like the synopsis of the character, I was like, oh, this is a really good character. And honestly, all the characters were so well written. So I was like, I hope that I can just be casted as one of them.
It's one thing to compliment me as an actor. It's another compliment as a writer. Thank you.
Of course, no, because I'm being so honest. Because I was like, I auditioned for like 3 different roles, and all these roles, I'm like, I'd be completely fine with whatever role I get, because if I don't get it, I watch it, because the characters were still like so like in depth and written to where like they have an arc. They don't start here, they don't stay here. I think they start here and then they end up like going like this. So I think that's so important for character and character development. And yeah.
Okay, my last word. One word to describe Jaden.
I think Jaden is a fighter. I'm gonna say fighter. He's a fighter. Yeah.
I love you, Louise. Give me a hug.
I love you so much. Yeah. And I love you guys. Stay tuned.
We just had to feel the show.
Yeah,
like,
I love
look
you
at her.
guys.
She's beautiful. Like, yo, look at her. She's beautiful. Okay.
Mic drop.
Don't break
I'm not
that. Okay.
Where do you get on the train around 11? Last time that I saw you, it was heaven. You said that you got off around 7. I guess that I'm just a fool. The marks on your face leaves me to stomp in pace. I don't know where you've been and why your hair is thin.
The Powerpuff Girls will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bedtime. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA, the Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay.